Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria from Keep It Holistic, where I talk about healthy living, motherhood, and more. And today we're going to be talking about cloth diapers. So I've actually wanted to make this video for about 2.5 years. Yes, you've heard it right, 2.5 years. I actually wanted to record this video a few years ago, and I wanted to start a YouTube a few years ago, but I didn't because at the time I was in school and I had a baby and I was pregnant. So if you can imagine, I didn't really have the time to do my YouTube channel, but I actually started to record that video. To tell you the truth, like at first I was a little bit uncertain of myself, but I went ahead and got cloth diapers, and I'm really glad I did. And I've actually been cloth diapering, let's see, for almost 4 years now. So it worked out, and I'm going to give you all my tricks and my tips and everything I know about cloth diapers in this video. So let's get into it. Okay guys, welcome to Cloth Diaper 101. So you're looking at cloth diapers, and maybe you already have an idea of why you might want a cloth diaper, and obviously environmental impact is really clear because kids go through about, say, 1,000 to 2,000 diapers in a year. By the time they're potty trained, that's a few thousand diapers for one child. So if you can imagine, like if you have 2 or more kids, that's a lot of diapers that you're throwing out. And also cost savings, imagine how much money you have to pay for all those diapers. I did the math. I know in a year we probably save at least, because we've had 2 kids and at one point both of them were in cloth diapers, we probably saved a few $1,000s just by cloth diapering, from birth of my first daughter to now my second daughter is getting closer to potty training. She's almost 2. So we've saved a lot of money on this. And also you got to think about the cloth diapers, you know, they're touching the baby's skin, and the regular disposable diapers have a lot of chemicals and stuff in it that you don't want touching their skin. So that is maybe a few reasons why you might consider cloth diapering. So the first type of cloth diaper that I would say is my favorite, that's why I want to put it first, because this is a all-in-one diaper, and it has 2 flaps, and basically you just fold the flaps over and go. That's it. And I love that, and I would really recommend that for beginners, somebody who might feel overwhelmed by cloth but is interested in doing cloth, because they are so easy to throw in the wash and they're so easy to fold. And they tend to be a little bit more absorbent than some of the other types of diapers that I've used in my experience. And the only downside of the all-in-ones is that they take a little bit longer to dry, and if you're using ones like these that have the PUL fabric on them, they have to be air dried. So that is a downside, but they're so easy because you just throw them in the wash and then you dry them, and then you can just literally just take them out of the dryer, throw them into a little designated basket that you have, and then when you take that to your nursery, you just throw the flaps together and throw it on the baby, and that's it. There's like no folding or hassle involved. So that's why that's my favorite. There are also diapers called all-in-2 diapers, and those are very similar to all-in-ones, except the absorbent part of the diaper is removable. So that might make it easier for cleaning and stuff, and then also you don't have to change the cover for every diaper change. If they just pee, you can just take out the absorbent part and then put another absorbent part back in there. So the next type of cloth diaper is a pocket style diaper, and that is where you take the liner part, the absorbent part, and you stuff it inside the diaper, as you can see I have here. And the reason why I love these diapers and I continue to use them even though they're not as absorbent as the all-in-ones in my opinion, is that you can customize the absorbency. So I use these with 2 liners for overnight. So what I also like about the pocket diapers is that they whisk the moisture away from the baby's skin with this part right here, and then it gets absorbed into this part. So the only negative things I have to say about these diapers is that you do have to stuff them when they come out of the wash, so there's that. You do have to air dry the covers if you have a material like that I'm using here. And these can be thrown in the dryer though, the liners. So I do like that these diapers whisk the moisture away from the baby's skin, so there's that. But what I don't like about these diapers is that you have to stuff them when they come out of the dryer, so there's that. The covers have to be air dried, and they do contain microplastics because they're microfiber inserts. So there is that. You can get things to put in your wash that help reduce that, but that's one of the downsides. And then also the microfiber cannot be put against the baby skin. So, but you're not gonna really do that anyway because you have this cover on top. So there are also fitted diapers, and I don't have as much experience with those, but those ones are the ones that look just like a regular disposable diaper. They're just cloth, they're all one piece. So they're gonna be a little bit more difficult to clean, but if you're short on time, I would recommend those. And there's also pre-folds and flats, and those ones involve a little bit more folding, and they're a little bit closer to maybe the traditional type of cloth diaper that your grandmother might have used, except nowadays they don't have pins or anything like that. And I can link some more information about that below. So in terms of absorbency, I really like these. Hemp is also pretty absorbent, and the more natural materials like cotton and bamboo and stuff, in my experience, haven't been as absorbent, but they're more natural. And if you are looking for something like that instead of microfiber, that's a really good option. Now, in terms of sizing, what I personally like is the all-in-one system here. And that's basically, it's one diaper for every size. It just grows with the baby, and I love that. And you can see here that they have the different snaps. There's like three different heights. So it starts lowest one, then the middle height, and then the full size. And the waist is also expandable too. And they go all the way up to potty training. The only thing is, if you have a baby that's on the smaller side, like I did when my oldest daughter was born, she was around 6 pounds. So it took her a good 2 months for her to fit into these diapers. My second daughter fit into these at 2 weeks because she was a 9-pound baby. So, you know, it depends on the size of your baby, which you don't know until they're born. So these diapers are not gonna fit until your baby is about 12 to 14 pounds or so. So you gotta keep that in mind. I personally use disposables for the first couple weeks, especially right in the first few days when they're having meconium in their diapers. That stains the diapers. So disposable, I would really suggest it for at least the first few days. And they do make newborn size diapers, but I personally didn't want to invest in that, you know, something that you're only going to use for the first like month or two. I just found it easier to do disposables in the beginning and then switch to the cloth. Also in the beginning, you're going to be changing a lot of diapers, and you're going to be really tired from the birth. So disposable is going to be a lot easier in the beginning. So in terms of materials, the natural materials like hemp and charcoal bamboo are naturally antibacterial, which is great, but they are slower to absorb. And that is why I went with these diapers. These are the Bum Genius diapers. I forgot for a second. These are the Bum Genius diapers, and I really like them because they were highly recommended by a lot of people on the internet. So I went with these because I didn't want the compression leak problem that some people talk about, where when they're slower to absorb, the baby might sit down and then they leak out everywhere. So when they're faster to absorb, you don't have to worry about stuff sitting on top of the diapers. So to talk about the closure style real quick, and what I'm talking here about is the top of the diaper, what closes the diaper. And I have snaps, and I've never used Velcro because I've heard stories about people throwing their Velcro diapers in the wash and forgetting to like close them, and then the little hooks on the Velcro will catch on other stuff in the wash and destroy it. So that's why I didn't do that. Also, when they get older, they, you know, even when before they're ready to potty train, they might play with the diaper and try to pull them off. And that's also the problem with disposable diapers, is baby's going to be constantly taking them off unless maybe you put like pants or something over top. So at home, I like to have my kids kind of just wear their diaper. It's just easier for me to change the diaper that way. And I decided to go with snaps. Now they are harder for people, like older people, to open. Like if you have a grandmother or somebody who's going to be watching your kids, it's going to be a little bit harder to open. But there's also a good thing, because then your baby can't open it. They're a little bit more durable, especially when you throw them in the wash. You don't have to think, oh, I gotta, you know, go through all the diapers and close all the Velcro pieces down. So that's what I like about that. So the price is gonna really vary based on what you want and the type of diaper you get and everything like that. I went out with my first child and I spent $19 per diaper on brand new pocket diapers that I just showed you, the Bum Genius ones. I did that because I knew that I'd probably have more kids after her, and I wanted brand new diapers because I knew that they're going to get really worn down. And if you get used ones, they may last for like one child. It just really depends the condition that they're in. If they're like new, maybe only use a few times before the person sold them to you, you might get 2 to 3 kids worth of use out of them. But I wanted to make sure that I had brand new, completely unused diapers so I could get maximum use out of them. And $19 may sound like a lot, but if you compare that to the cost of disposable diapers for a child from newborn to potty training, you save so much money, and you don't even have to spend that much. You can look online. There's places like Mercari. I found some on Poshmark. There's online like secondhand places, even in your area if you look on like Facebook Marketplace. And if you look, you may have a local like cloth diapering group like I do. So look online and you can find secondhand diapers that may only be like a few dollars per diaper. I got some that were like, I got 8 diapers for $35, and I got those really nice all ones that I showed you. And that was really cheap for 8 diapers of that quality that were partially used. And all I had to do was to replace the elastics in them. And I'll get into that in a second. But you have tons of options. You don't have to spend tons and tons of money on brand new expensive diapers. Especially like the pre-folds and the flats are gonna probably be a little bit less expensive. So you have your choices. Don't worry about them being super expensive. You're going to be saving money no matter what. I got my diapers from Nikki's Diapers. That's what the website's called, and I'll link that down below. I'm also going to link some good resources for you guys in terms of cloth diapers, so be sure to check that out at the end of this video. In terms of how many diapers to have, I would recommend with your first, like let's say, you know, you have one baby, I would say you want to have 25 diapers per child. And especially in the beginning, that's going to give you enough time to wash all the diapers and fold them and everything. So now you may be wondering, what about cloth wipes? Well, I actually make my own cloth wipes. And this one actually I've had since I was pregnant with my first child. And it's held up. I've had some other ones though in this set that are completely falling apart. And I need to make new ones. So I'm actually going to probably make a separate video on how I sew cloth wipes. But I can make a whole set of cloth wipes for under $20, and then you look online and they're selling them for like so much more than that. And I just thought, okay, I'm not going to be spending tons and tons of money on cloth wipes. I'm going to cut down costs by making my own, and they work just as well as the store-bought ones. So you may be wondering, how do I keep these wipes wet, just like the disposable wipes that you buy? And what I do is I actually kept the, it's called a Perry bottle, I believe. I kept that when I was at the hospital, and I used it, you know, postpartum a little bit, and then what I did was I sanitized it really well, cleaned it all out, and I used that to squirt the water onto the wipe. And you can also make like a little solution or something that you sit the wipes into in a little Tupperware container and then use it that way so you have wipes ready to go. I just personally don't like the hassle. I just like having that little bottle that I just fill up every once in a while and then squirt the water right on and wipe, because that is easier for me. So what do you do when you're out and about? How do you store these dirty diapers when you're out at the store or something? Well, what I do, first of all, is at home I have a large wet bag, and I'll link that down below, the one that I use. And this one's been great. I've had a few other ones that just gave out, the lining gave out within a few months, and I had to keep buying new ones. I finally found some really cheap ones at Amazon that work really good, and they come in lots of pretty colors and stuff. So I have 2 of those, and then I rotate them, and I wash them with the cloth diapers as well. Now when we're out, I have a small wet bag that I keep in our diaper bag, and I fold it up, and then when you have dirty diapers, you know, you just change it. I have an extra little bottle that I keep of water in my diaper bag. Wet the wipes that I keep in there, have some extra diapers in there, just like disposable diapers, and then just throw everything into the wet bag, and it's really easy and convenient, and that is a super easy way to cloth diaper while you're out. Okay, so we're gonna get to everybody's favorite part. How do you clean the dirty diapers? Well, it can be whatever you want it to be. If you can get a hold of a diaper sprayer, really, really recommend that. That is gonna be really easy. I can't do that because I am renting. So I basically just take toilet paper and scrape it off if I have to. Some of the times it just comes right off, like you don't have to worry about it. It's really easy. Sometimes I do have to scrape, and I would say that's my least favorite part of cloth diapering, but you kind of get in the habit of it. It gets easy after a while. And then when you have your wash day, so I do every other morning, I throw mine in the wash. And the pocket diapers, before I put them in the wet bag, I just take the pocket, the liner, I just pull that out and I put it in the diaper bag like this. And the wipes, you just throw everything in there, and then on wash day, you just take the bag, open it, dump it in, and throw it in the wash. Now, my wash routine, I've kind of nailed it down to a routine that works really well. I have hard water, so I have to kind of work around that, and I'll show you my detergent in a second here. But I use a natural detergent that works really well. I first started with Tide and then learned about all the chemicals and stuff in it. I decided to completely get rid of that. Totally check out the EWG website. They have some good information. You can type in different products, not just like laundry detergent. You can type in beauty products and you can find out what chemicals are in them, and they have a rating system, and you can find out the side effects of these chemicals. So definitely check that out. But this is the natural detergent that I use. It's called BioClean, and it's in the powder form. I really recommend powder for cloth diapers. It gets them a lot more cleaner than the liquid does. And on wash day, what I do is first I let my diapers go through a rinse, a cold rinse. So I put it on cold and rinse, and I have it on my heavy duty setting, whatever your washer says like is the most heavy duty, because you really want to get those diapers clean. You want to do a nice cold rinse to get anything that's kind of sitting on the diapers off before you do your full wash. Once I do the rinse, then I soak them in hot water and soap. And then once they've sat for a half hour, I run the whole wash. I just run the full heavy duty wash. So then once they've washed, I throw the liners here, throw these and the wipes in the dryer. And then everything else has to be air dried. And you can have a nice little rack in your apartment or house that you throw the covers and stuff on, the stuff that can't go in the dryer. You can also use a clothesline, and that's really good because that helps get some sunlight onto your diapers, and that will kill bacteria. That is basically my routine. Then I just stuff the diapers, all in ones, you just throw together. It just depends on what you decide to do in terms of cloth diapers and what diapers you choose. So I have a few miscellaneous things I'm going to throw in here. And of course, as you can tell, there is a little bit of a time commitment, but it's really not that much. But if you're a person who's already like dealing with tons of laundry, like you're really stressed, you don't think, you can handle another maybe half hour, it really, though, it's just like you're throwing stuff into bags or washers or dryers. Folding time might be like really 10 minutes or something like that. So time-wise, you're not wasting a whole ton of time, but if you're really like overwhelmed already, I wouldn't recommend cloth diapers. But if you can fit in a little extra time, maybe if you have a little 10 or 15 minutes of time every other day or so, that's great. And what I do is on the days I'm not washing, I will fold the diapers on those days and put them away, so that I'm kind of doing a little bit every day instead of trying to do like a ton all at once. And it really isn't a ton, as I said, but there's a little bit of a time commitment. Another problem that I did run into when I first started cloth diapering was that my daughter was really small when she was born, and the elastics were too loose. And even at 2 months, like I thought, oh, the diapers look like they're fitting now. And she kept having accidents. We would just be sitting on the couch, and then the breastfed or formula fed stool would be running out like onto my pants. It was just because that the diapers were just too small. Like there was too much room around the legs. So if you have a little baby and you're starting cloth diapering and you're running into that problem, like a lot of accidents, it might not actually be the diaper, it just might be that your baby is too small. And I'm gonna make a separate video on this. But over time, your elastics may wear out, and that's happened to me. And when I first got this set of diapers, the elastics were worn out from the last baby that wore them. And I'll make a separate video on how to fix the elastics, and I'm also gonna make a video, or maybe in the same video I'll talk about how to make cloth wipes. So I hope you enjoyed me sharing my wealth of knowledge with you. And I have almost 4 years of experience, probably going to be out of cloth diapers in the next year or so. So it's been a great experience, really simple and easy. It's not really that much of a hassle. It's just part of our routine. So I highly recommend trying it if you can. And I hope this video was really helpful. I'll have everything linked down below. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys soon. Be well, guys.